Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Word on the Streets, your go-to place for real-life discussion with a whole lot of passion supported by knowledge.
We're glad you're here. Now let's get this show started.
How you living? How you living? Every day ask yourself that question, how you living? Here's what a cook in the dining center would suggest. That you would not judge, that you would show up early, that you'd be kind, that you'd make sure that that servant's towel is huge and used, that if you're going to do something, you do it the right way. That cook would tell you this, that it's never wrong to do the right thing, that how you do anything is how you do everything.
Good evening, this is Black History 365 Days, with another extraordinary story making headlines today.
Colin Powell, a trailblazing figure in American military history, was born on April 5, 1937, in Harlem, New York City. He shattered racial barriers by becoming the first African-American chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. In this role, he oversaw the successful U.S. military operations in the Gulf War, solidifying his place as a national hero. Powell's leadership and strategic thinking during this pivotal moment left a lasting impact.
Ladies and gentlemen, get set for an engaging and enlightening show. Let's welcome our hosts, the brilliant Larry Moten, aka Extraordinaire, and the fantastic amazing Keith Fletcher. They've crafted the incredible show, Word on the Streets. Grab your favorite listening spot and tune in. Don't forget to invite your friends by sending them a quick text or a shout out on your favorite social media platform. We believe it's a show you won't want to miss.
Well, good evening once again, everyone. Welcome to Word on the Streets with the amazing Keith Fletcher and yours truly. I am Extraordinaire. Hope everybody's having a fantastic Wednesday. We were off Monday, but we're going to do a little bit more talking about that, friends. Right now, y'all know who he is. Y'all know where he's from. The amazing Mr. Keith Fletcher. What's up, my brother?
What's going on, folks? What's going on, Stradale? How you doing today, brother?
Man, I got to call it good, my brother. It's good to see you, man.
Man, good to see you too, man. The Memorial Day weekend, man. It was a good weekend. Came up with my birthday and
Birthday?
Yeah, birthday was yesterday. Well, the 28th. That was yesterday, right? Yeah, birthday was yesterday.
Wow, man. Yeah. See, that's what happened, man. When you're not on Facebook, Facebook used to keep me on notice with stuff like that.
Yeah, man, I got so many people hit me up. I was like, man, I'm going to have to wait a couple of days before I can thank everybody. I was trying to do it while I was, but it kept coming. So I just want to thank everybody for all the birthday wishes.
Right.
Matter of fact, my girl dog, my cane coaster, her name Russia. She was born on the same day, so we both celebrated our birthday yesterday together. Yeah.
Well, look here, brother. From the Word on the Streets family, we wish you a very, very happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey,
Mhm.
man. That's
You
all
see,
right.
you see the, I don't know if you see the white, you see the white screen behind me, right?
I see that, man. Yeah, bro. I see
Yeah.
that, man. I
That,
see
that,
that.
that, that,
I
that, that's a part of it, man.
That look, I see that, man. That look
Yeah,
good, man.
yeah, my oldest son and his girlfriend bought
Man,
that for me.
look at that boy. Look at
Yeah,
us.
yeah, they bought that for me for my birthday, man. They
Look at
bought it,
us,
put it
man.
together.
Look,
Yeah,
look at
yeah,
us.
yeah, yeah,
Oh
they
my
got it. Yeah, I'm
God.
trying to get at your level, man. You know,
Man,
they
that
told
look
me I need
good.
to step it up, man. I
Brother,
need to
I
step it
saw
up.
when you first came in, but I say, but look at this.
Yeah,
That's cool. That's
yeah,
cool,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Look at
They
us.
did me right, man. Yeah,
This is good, man. This is
mhm.
good. This is good. And it's that's good energy too, man.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah,
That's good
yeah,
energy. And people who love you, see, they just have that way, man, of lifting us up.
yeah.
And and that will make being around the right people. It's just beautiful things come out of being around the right people
Hmm.
that sometimes we can't even give it to ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. You right.
you know
I got my hat I got on. My wife, my daughter got me this hat. The angel. My daughter say, "Daddy, you always getting the word." So I got that because the halo. That's for what I'm saying. You always giving the word. So that.
yeah,
I said, yeah. I said that's all right, baby.
yeah, man, they
They had
got
a
you
good
right.
birthday.
They got you right, man.
Yeah, they got me right, man.
That's
They
a
took
nice
care.
shirt too, my brother.
Yeah, my wife bought the shirt too. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man,
So
they got you
I said
right.
they give me hints. I need to come. I need to come better. I present myself better. They tell me.
They got you right, man. They got
Yeah,
you right,
they tell
brother.
me I need to present myself
We
better.
look good, man, on this platform, man.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah, that's good, man. Kudos to the wife and the family, the whole clan, and
yeah,
your friends over there up in Dallas, Texas, man.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I know that was a big celebration for you, brother,
yeah,
because one thing we know here on Word on the Street, friends, it is not just word on the streets. This is one great characteristic which has always been said about the amazing Keith Fletcher. He meets people
oh
and
yeah,
he stay in contact. We have I think it's safe to say we got a pretty sizable family, but Fletcher reach out to all of us.
yeah,
He reach out to all of us. And when you have someone who's real like that, you can't help but when they have those special moments, you have joy for him because I guess you could say he created that. So when you create that, man, it's only right and good that you get flowers back.
yeah.
Yeah, man. So
Yeah,
happy
no, but
birthday to you.
I appreciate that. But I like the man. We got so much video. I like to talk. I like to call and let people hear my voice, man, and talk to them and get to know them. I learned that from I worked at a company and they doing emails back, more email and text. And I used to call and I had to call to meet the people. I wanted to meet them and talk to them on the phone. And the crazy thing about it, I always had my job done for everybody because everybody. And I remember talking on the phone, and we had this big corporate meeting with all our subcontractors, and everybody was saying, "Man, I got to meet this guy Keith." You know what I'm saying? Because I done talked to him, but they never saw my face. So in the meeting, everybody wanted to meet me because
Mhm.
I built that relationship with him over the phone instead of emailing and texting. So that's
Right.
me, man. I know how important it is to hear somebody's voice, and because you can assume anything through a text or email, but to hear someone and talk to them, and especially to talk to them and they do what they say they're gonna do. So that's what I pride myself on. If I'm gonna speak to you, I'm gonna do what I said I'm gonna do. So that's it right there.
Well, speaking of that, in the chat room, a shout out to a happy birthday to you from Miss Selena.
Yes,
Wish
thank
you
you. Sir.
a
Yeah,
happy
yeah,
birthday.
yeah,
Right, right. So you see the well wishes are still coming in, my brother.
oh yeah, they still coming
They're
in.
still coming in.
Know a lot of people, man. I'm thankful for a lot. It's like you say. Sometimes you try to find your gift, man, and you start thinking that your worth and all that. Then you realize it's just a blessing, man. So
It is.
it's a blessing.
And you see, Fletcher, and that's one of the things too, man, that I'm probably going to be talking about on my lunch break segment this weekend is that when we're thinking about thoughts and what we think, not all thoughts or bad. You see, you have certain thoughts, or memorable thoughts we should keep. And so not like they say, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater too. Some things you need to keep. See, in other words, some of the things of your past, we know our past. If generally when we think about past, we think of negative things, the bad
That's
things,
true. Yep.
right? But then again, no, there were some good things in your past too, man. And birthdays, they remind you, brother, you weren't all bad. So a lot of folks love you then and they love you today
Mm-hmm.
because of the things, the seeds you planted then. You didn't plant bad seeds all the time. You planted some good seeds sometime to some people somewhere. So yeah, that's what this is about, man. It's a reminder. But
Yeah.
and this is what this Black person development is all about, friends, because we oftentimes we forget about those things.
Yeah.
We really do.
Yeah,
How
we
many
really do.
times Fletcher, how many times have you had narration about your past and how such a awful things you've done and bad things? We could talk about that endless of all these bad
Mhm.
things and mistakes we made.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, but
and
I put the point, man. I remember when I had that revelation and some white people were thinking about me, and it hit me. I didn't get mad, and I realized. I told the person when they were telling me, Keith, they thought trying to take up for me, and I was like, nah. I know some of those things I did. I got some work to do. I got to heal those things. I got to get those things. I got to change my ways to heal those things from the past. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I've been on, man. I don't want to lead this work for people thinking of me a certain type of way. And some people gonna think what they want to think, but it won't be because of me. You know what I'm saying? But what I believe. So yeah,
right.
but I'm not gonna let that hold me to, what I'm saying, who I was. Because you said the best all the time, Strong. There, apple tree can be on the apple tree, but we can be so much more. So we can change and be whatever we want to be. It's up to us.
Right. And Ladiana, wish you a happy birthday also, my brother.
My baby, thank you, baby.
It
And I she the first one called me in the morning,
keeps
man.
coming in. It keeps coming in, man. But anyway, to the amazing Keith Fletcher and everybody out there on Word on the Streets, the Word on the Street community, folks. Tonight, friends, we're going to be talking about something that is called Make Each Day Count. And that's just a follow-up of what we just finished doing a little haggling right there with Fletcher. Make each day count. And we're going to dive into that. But before we do, y'all know how we do it. We're going to ask you to support us simply by hitting the notification bell, click like on the YouTube, and if you haven't already, please subscribe and
Yes, sir.
tell a friend and repost us on your social media platform. Do that for you. Not asking you for a dime. Just do that for us, friend. And secondly, what we're going to ask of you is you can also support Word on the Streets by supporting our other programs that we are doing, such as Herbal Expedition, which comes on every Thursday. And Miss Bertrand will be on tomorrow night at 7 p.m. The amazing Keith Fletcher will be on Saturday evening. And lunch break, I will be on Saturday morning at noon. So we got things that we have seeds that we're planting, and you all can help the seeds we plant grow because we're trying to make each day count with the things that we do. What else, Fletcher?
Hey, man, that's pretty much it, man. Just like say, share, tell somebody, tell a friend, and tell a friend, man. Come check us out. Man, we're doing some big things here, man. We're trying to help the community as always. We're building our own community, building our tribe. We try to make it be a difference. Me and Extraordinaire. We're not just talking. We all say the same thing about what we can do, should do, be doing, but we doing our part. So, hey, share it with someone. Let them know that we doing our part.
We're going to get on with the show, folks. Y'all sit back, relax, and don't go anywhere because we'll be right back after the news.
Today's headlines.
Hi, I'm Sarah Jones, reporting to you from WOTS.
New research. A UK study suggests regular fish oil supplements might raise stroke and irregular heartbeat risks for healthy people. Details. The study, involving over 415,000 participants, found a link between supplements and increased risk of atrial fibrillation, irregular heartbeat, and stroke in those without existing heart problems. However, for people with cardiovascular disease, fish oil might offer some protection. Unanswered questions. Researchers acknowledge the need for further studies to understand how fish oil supplements impact cardiovascular events long-term. Alternative sources of omega-3s. The Heart and Stroke Foundation of Canada recommends getting omega-3s from food sources like fish, flax seeds, walnuts, and fortified foods like eggs or milk. Expert advice. Professor Richard Bazinet, University of Toronto, emphasizes a healthy diet as the primary focus for heart health and advises consulting a healthcare professional for personalized guidance on omega-3 intake. Key takeaway. While fish oil benefits were previously thought universal, this study suggests potential risks for healthy individuals. Focus on a balanced diet with natural omega-3 sources and speak with your doctor about personalized recommendations.
Reporting from WOTS. Now, back to the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, Word on the Streets proudly present our book of the week.
Have you ever felt like you're constantly putting out fires, only to come home to a never-ending to-do list? Do you struggle to find meaning in the daily grind? If so, this book is for you. The renowned clinical psychologist and professor Dr. Jordan Peterson, who helped millions navigate life's complexities in the 12 Rules for Life, tackles these very issues in his powerful sequel, Beyond Order. Beyond Order offers a guide to finding a healthy balance. 1. Break free from the cycle of busyness that keeps you feeling overwhelmed and unfulfilled. 2. Embrace the responsibility that comes with taking charge of your life while avoiding the rigidity of excessive control. 3. Find meaning and purpose, even when faced with uncertainty. And 4. Cultivate a sense of personal agency, the belief that you have the power to influence your own life, even in the face of external challenges. Beyond Order is your essential guide to living a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Don't wait, get your copy today and discover how to navigate the delicate balance between order and chaos and live a life filled with purpose. Click the attached link in the description below and order Beyond Order today.
Word on the Streets community, don't go anywhere. Extra and Fletcher will be right up to dive deep into discussion on making each day count. But first, listen to Coach Payne inspiring and emotional speech before our host. I promise you, this is a show you don't want to miss.
If you're in a bad position in your life, find a way out. Because no one is going to save you. Save yourself. You don't have time to waste time. Because every second of every moment of every day counts. You better get busy right now, because once it's over, you won't get it back. Once this life is over, it can't come back. You are not here to do nothing with your life. Right now is all you have. And if tomorrow is promised, do something with it. Speak life. Speak life. Think about life itself. Here today, gone tomorrow. Each day that you live is a chance to win. No one is promised a second of air. No one is promised to wake up the very next day. All you got is this moment right now. This day right now. So do the things that will better you, because the time that you have is not much time at all. Live this life the best way you know how. Pride will take you down. Love will lift you up. Find something that you believe in that you know will lift you up when you're down. Don't you dare think that tomorrow is gonna wait for you. The moment you close your eyes may be your last time. Too many people right now are no longer on this earth, and they had a chance, but they didn't take it. They didn't better themselves. They didn't get their health in the right place. They didn't get their minds in the right place. They spent too much time wasting it, as if time owes them. Time doesn't owe you. Time doesn't belong to you. But you have a moment. You have this moment right now. Whatever mistakes you made, you're still here. Make every day count.
I think that video there says it all, brother. Won't you go ahead on, Fletcher? Serve us up some good food, brother.
Like you say, man, it says all, man. Every day, you know what I'm saying? Don't take no days off of your dreams or what you want to do for your passion, man. And that's how I try to live my day, every day like that, extraordinary. You know, we talk about me going through cancer. Yeah, man, when you've been on that other side of that, man, you start really thinking about your life, you know, your loved ones, you know. Did you give enough? You know what I'm saying? Did you do enough? You know? So that's what I'm saying. Make every day count. And I get that to my children to tell them, really go after what you want. Figure out a way. Every young person I talk to is there, and I tell them, and everyone I talk to, I always thinking they don't have time. Like, dude, you're 30 years old. You're 20-some years old. You're not old. You know what I'm saying? Make every second, every hour, every minute, make it count. I was talking to a young lady that knocked on my door today, and I was surprised, young black lady that was doing soliciting for AC units. And she came in and she knew her job, man. And I sit on the porch with her, and I started talking to her. I'm like, well, what do you really want to do? And she was sitting there waiting. I said, it's not the wrong answer. What do you? She said, well, I want to travel. I want to take care of my mother and sister. I want to do this. I say, is this job going to get you there? What do you need to get there? Re-engineer yourself from there to see. I said, how much do you want? How much it's going to take? What I say, see, we need to spend time thinking about how can I get to that instead of just making it day by day, just surviving instead of thriving. That's what I mean to me, making every day count. Your loved ones, being a part of things, celebrating yourself, your small. And let me explain something to you. Failure is going to be in your life. There's nothing wrong with failing. I don't think failing. I think every time I fail, man, and I think we give failing a bad, you learning. And see, we give failure like it's a bad name. You know what I'm saying? It's involving. You learn from that. When you don't learn from it, keep doing it over and over. That's when you mess. But when you learn it from the opposition, what you went through, and so much beautiful things can come out of that, man. So that's what me, man. Living every day to me, man. Just going after what I want. Believing in that, my belief control my behavior. Once I believe it, you know, they used to say as a child, if you can believe, you can achieve it. And I truly believe that, man. To change the way you think, whatever I want to do, I'm going out there and trying to teach and help the next person. That's my gift, so they don't have to go through the things that I went through or be misled like I was.
Fletch, I want to ask you a question though. Why do you think we tend to hold on to if we don't do as well as we thought we would at something, or you use the word when we fail? Why do you think we look at it that way?
I think it's because the limited, you never really understand why you fail. Because only way you fail is something you didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Even in our marriage, I didn't know about marriage and how to treat my wife, how to be a father. You know what I'm saying? So I was constantly failing at those things that you didn't know. But then I didn't go read a book. I didn't try to study it. You know what I'm saying? To get understanding of that. You know, just like when I first got in construction, I didn't know anything about those things, but I had to study. I had to learn how people work with people. I had to look at all those things, and I was failing. But I remember when I first got into construction, and I messed up like we have a closing date with somebody buying a house. You can't miss a closing date. And something happened. I tried to get the guys that didn't show up, and they were going to miss a closing date, but they got it fixed. And my manager, you know, I'm like, man, I can get fired for this, you know. And he said, nah, you good, but you can't do it again. You know what I'm saying? You get one mistake, but you can't do the same mistake constantly over again. You know what I'm saying? So nothing wrong with failure, as long as you learn from it. You know what I'm saying? What did you go from it? What did you get from it? Why did you go through those things? You know what I'm saying? That's when you're sitting back and have to evaluate that. Just like companies do. We already talked about what a company do. A company make mistakes. They purchase things. They try things. They like I said, what do you say? Throwing a piece of egg against the wall to see if it stick. A lot of people do those things to see if it works. But you're doing something. You moving forward. So how is failure moving forward? That cannot be failure, right? If you're moving forward, if you're trying something. That's how I see it, Jordan.
Brother, we are very fortunate to have with us tonight Miss Herber Expedition herself. Miss Bertrand, welcome to Word on the Streets.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're excited anytime you show up. And look, I put that link out there. If anybody else in that chat room want to join this conversation, Fletch and I, we welcome you. But, you know, when I hear things, I ask questions because people who listening in, sometimes they might be that little boy like me when I was growing up. I heard a lot, and I had some questions zipped up on the inside. And I kind of like to ask you that same question, Ms. Bertrand, about failure. What is it about that thing? And, you know, Keith, you said a lot of good stuff that I'm sure are going to help somebody. But, you know, there are people out there right now, a businessman, a woman, a married couple or divorced or whatever, a father or a mother, a brother or sister. And, you know, we tend to, some of us, not all of us, let me be fair, but by and large, we tend to shut down. And like Fletcher say, you're not really failing, but we don't get to, a lot of us don't get past some devastation that happened to us. So I guess I'm asking, how do we get past that?
Well, you extend yourself some grace. I think that many times we will allow other people to hit some challenges and bumps in the road, but oftentimes we hold ourselves to such a high standard that we don't want to extend ourselves some grace and realize that this is a learning process. And as long as I don't sit down on the sidelines, I'm growing. And it wasn't a lose, it was a strengthening. Because like when you're into physical fitness, you do strength training. Those things are strength training so that you know how to hold up to different situations that you come up against.
Mm-hmm. You know what? When I'm listening to both of y'all, and I can tell you all this from experience, from the depths of my heart, and it all tie in with what we often talk about on this platform. Sometimes it's not a strength of your own, but this is where it's so important to having the right people around you. because sometimes you can't even pull from your own strength, and that failure can keep you kind of in lockdown mode. But the love of someone else know just what to say and how to say to help you unlock from that prison of feeling stuck, of feeling despair, of feeling like a failure. Some people who really love you and care about you know how to reach you like you couldn't even reach yourself, because you already, down there. And certain people can get, I don't know how to say it, but certain people just know how to approach you in the right way at the right time. And that's why it's so important, again, friends, to make sure you have that golden nugget in your circle. Because like Fletcher said, dog days will come. It ain't summertime, not all year round. Spring and summer is not all year round. And having the right people around you, and sometimes we don't even know until bad things happen what another person mean to you. You never know. Sometimes it take a lifetime to find out, man, if it wasn't for so-and-so, I don't know where I would have been.
That is very true.
Yeah, I'm so serious, bro.
But like you're saying, a bad thing is it really a bad thing? Who determines the bad thing?
There you go. Yeah.
You because that person looking at you saying, "No, man, that ain't no bad." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're right. But to you, everything is in it. Everything is crushing down around you. And the person, this young lady told me that she made the scenario like you really is like somebody. That person is the ketchup, and the person inside the bottle can't see the label. But you on the outside can see it. You can read the ingredients. You can tell them, no, this who you are. You know what I'm saying? So we, like Ms. Bertrand said, we harder on ourselves than it, and again, we go back to that behavior controls your belief. What you've been taught, all those things, your childhood coming up through life, what you believe with your behaviors and action now coming to your beliefs. You know what I'm saying? So that controls a lot of it too. So I think, like I said, I listened to a lot of, motivated speakers. I listened to a lot of millionaires and people that started businesses, what I'm saying? All of them had hiccups, mistakes, failures, but they all kept moving. The more you went through it, it became easier. But a lot of people, most people do, they get to a bump, then they stop. That's a failure.
Yeah.
That's a stop.
They stop.
Yeah, they put it on the back burner. We all have done that. You put it on the back burner, and like you hear it all the time. And the thing I say it all the time, we hear all the sayings. You was right there. How you know you was about right there? You stop. You know what I'm saying? The possibilities that you had if you'd have kept going. That's the part that's a failure, when you stop and you didn't go. Like I have a friend that I talked to him yesterday. And he's running a restaurant, and he was telling me his overhead. He's telling me all his problems. So I'm telling him how much you make. I said, ain't you pay? I said, man, you got 2 mortgages, 2 light bills, 2 insurance. I'm just going to him telling him, I said, man, you said, I said, but you paying it. You living it. You know what I'm saying? You in the fight.
You doing it.
You doing it. I say, so then I started saying, I say, well, so what's your biggest problem? Overhead. I say, so what are you doing to fix that? Okay, you need to get I need advance, I need a loan. So what are you doing to get? Well, I'm getting that straight. I say, so once you get that advance, you get the loan and take it to overhead, how much you need? Man, I need this much. That is nothing. But when you in it, you thinking like it's all, what I'm saying, like going, but you doing it, man. You got 2 months.
But that's where that other person come in, like you said yourself. Pull the curtain back for him to help him see.
See him see it. And that's why we have mentors. See, think about it. On football, basketball, anything, they have coaches. They have a head coach. They got a receiver coach. They got all these different people helping you to motivate. You got your own fitness coach. You got all these. If they doing that in sports, you don't think we need that in life? You don't think we need a mentor life? When I was in the military, we always had a leader, somebody leading. Then you had your battle buddy. You know what I'm saying? You have somebody there always constantly talking to you, making you think. Now imagine if you put that in your life, into your business, get a coach, a business partner, somebody can help you or guide you. But we don't do that. Like say counseling, we don't do those things. So we always have somebody that's breathing that, being a cheerleader that's got it and tell you when you're wrong, can be honest with you when you're wrong, to lift you up when you're down. But you listen to them, not being biased. Imagine if we had that. But what we do, we get in our shell. We don't want nobody to know our business. We're embarrassed. Then our trust and our ego, all these things get in the way to prevent us from connecting to that person. Because you think we're the only one that I ain't nobody won't understand. Nobody understand what I'm going through. That devil's talking in your ear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We good over here.
Yeah.
You know, fighting that fight right there. That's the fight right there. Fighting your, and I tell everybody, like, when I train people at the gym, I say the enemy is you. It's no one else. You just battling yourself. If you can conquer yourself, nothing else it matters. The problem is beating yourself, conquering all your woes and things with yourself.
I think that embarrassment and pride are some of the thickest prison walls that we put up around ourselves.
Yeah.
Those are some things that really keep us from growing.
Yeah.
Yes.
But every now and then you will get a surprise when you're going through a tough time. I can remember going through one of the toughest times in my life, and this guy that worked with me, he worked with me occasionally. He didn't work in the same building, but we would have meetings together. And he called me one day. He said, I don't know if you're a believer, but God laid you on my heart, and I just called to see how you're doing. And then I just proceeded to tell him some of the things difficulties that I was going through at that time in life. And he said, you know, sometimes what you're going through is not for yourself, it's for somebody else. He said, I would have never known that you were dealing with all of those things had you not said it. He said, but I really believe that this storm you're going through, that somebody else is watching you and they're drawing strength from that storm.
Boy, that is so well said. That was something I read today too. A lot of time when we're in the storm and going through it, we don't have no earthly idea that someone is admiring how we going and handling what we're handling. They are admiring us, and we don't even know we're being admired. And meanwhile, we're thinking, man, why?
During that time, I felt like Chicken Little, like the sky was falling.
Yeah, right, exactly. Why am I going through this? Why me? And all that kind of stuff. But look,
when I was going through my counseling, now I tell it, I had my aunt and them laughing, all my cousins, I'm looking, I'm like, man, I'm gonna be the first one die, my family, my cousins, I'm gonna be done. I had counsel, I'm like, man, God, how you gonna be? And he said, well, who you want to give it to? I said, I don't want to give it to nobody. he said, who do you want to give it to? I said, I don't want to give it to nobody. You know what I'm saying? I said, well, then. I remember saying that, like, pick which one. Which one you want to give it to? I'm like, oh, no, I don't want to give it to nobody. He said, but he told me, what you going through is not for you. It's not what you're going through. This is not for you. You're going to be all right. You know what I'm saying? And it was hard to believe that, but I remember sitting there, man. I was in my feelings. I'm like, and I'm looking at, because we all grew up together. I'm like, man, I'm gonna be the first one die. Got all the cousins, man.
Wow.
And he said, who you want to give it to? I said, I don't want to give it. No. Yeah. So you never know. Like you said, you think it's your worst time, but all that I went through was my best time. I learned so much. Family, friends, even with myself, my wife. It was so much that came out of that, man, and afterwards.
So a new birth came out of it.
Oh yeah.
New birth.
Look where we at right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right. And speaking of that, I'm gonna list 10 things, and also the 10 things that I'm getting ready to list. Friends, Word on the Street family, you can find it in our newsletter. But we're gonna chop up part of these. Fletcher and Miss Bertrand, pick out anyone they want to pick out on, and let's chop it up, friends. But the 10 things you can do each day to make each day count. 1, start your day with gratitude. 2, exercise. 3, plan your day. 4, connect with loved ones. 5, take breaks. 6, practice mindfulness. 7, read or learn something new. 8, do something you love. 9, reflect on your day. And 10, get enough sleep. Those some good ones, man.
Those are all good ones.
They all good.
I'm gonna tell you, every one of those, man. In that order, I do, man. I'm telling you. I get the rest. I take me a nap, but I get in the morning. First thing I do, man, I get thankful. I'm just thankful for waking up. You know, I'm just thankful for my wife laying next to me. I go check on my kids. You know, I go to the dog. Just gratitude to get the Most High for all His blessing to when I wake up in the morning, man. So that, you know, then I get up and go. You know, I go exercise. You know, then I'm always reading something, trying to improve myself. Always, you know, trying to grow. You know, talk to loved ones. I make sure that's a part of it. Talking to loved ones. It's everything on. I'm gonna take me a nap. Everybody know by 2. I'm gonna take me a nap because I gotta lay down by 2.
Yeah.
You know, give me some rest. But that's what I try to do. Every one of them things you said on the list, and the biggest one is the loved ones and educating myself, reading something and putting more information, so I can be helpful to someone. So all those are very important.
But check this out, Word on the Street family. Have you always been that person to say you done everything on that?
No, list? I ain't never. That's what I'm saying. It took a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? It took me, you know what I'm saying, extraordinary. It took me to seek myself. I had to, you know, be by myself and seek what I want. That's why I ask a lot of people, you know, we say this all the time. What do you want? What do you really want? You know what I'm saying?
That's
to go find out what do I really want, you know, because I wanted money. I remember I said, man, I started my journey. I said, man, I want to make a lot of money, you know. I want to make, and then I went down, I want to make, you know, $1 million. Then I went down to another. So then I realized it wasn't the money. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. I don't need money. Something else is calling me. You know, when I was searching with the Most High, I started finding what my purpose was. I started finding what it was for me that made me happy. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't the money. You know, money is a tool. Don't get me wrong. I want to learn to understand it, and I got that. But a lot of the things, the problem that I found, that everything was me. You know what I'm saying? I need to learn me. I need to get to know me, and you know, and get to know what my purpose, the Most High had my purpose for. So that was big for me.
Yeah.
Well, all of those on that list were important to me. The loved ones, connecting with the loved ones is right there at the top of the list. Education, you know, I'm a big education buff. I believe in reading. I believe in learning something new, and I try to do that every day. But the one where I need the most growth is getting enough rest. But the funny thing is, I'm saying that, but the last week or so, I have been put in a position where I have to rest, that I have not been able to go on. I had no other choice but to rest. And sometimes you have to get in that position. And so that's one that I'm really working on, is trying to balance things with rest, because I get stuff in my mind and I just start going and going and going. And I'm having to try to balance that, especially as I grow older, realizing that it's hard for me to keep up the pace that I used to, that I have to really balance it.
Yeah.
Let me, you know, I talk to people about why you just can't shut it off. Like, why you just can't pick a day and just say, that's it. That day is my day. That evening, my evening. What's stopping you from saying that?
Well, when I have brainstorms and it's just like, it's just coming, I have to get it out right then.
No, you don't have to get it out. You choose.
Yes, I do, because it'll slip by. If I don't get it, slip away.
You choose to get it out.
That's a good question, though, Keith, because I know what you're talking. I feel guilty if I don't do something.
No, I'm telling y'all, because you know I had to shut it off because what's the word, is aggravating you, is driving you to a point that, you know what I'm saying, that I forgot the word the girl said in the Bible, and I start seeing that it wasn't causing me it wasn't giving me any further. So I had to pick a time to shut everything off, because it wasn't getting me anywhere. Being like, you heard what you said, you're not getting the rest. It's not right, productive. It's not being productive.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying about balance, but this is the thing with being a really creative person. When I have downpours of my creativity, I might go through a drought. And so when I start having downpours of creativity, I just have to work within it while it's coming.
Yeah.
Because then I'll hit a drought and it'll be difficult to have that creativity.
Yeah, because when you hit that drought, and then you forcing it.
Man, I listen to me. I'm telling you, you know how I'm serious. I know what you're saying. You know, I be listening to preachers. You know, big TD Jakes, and I study them, and I'm like, man, how? So I would listen to this one guy I follow on YouTube, and he say every time he come on, he said, man, I'm just doing this off the top of my head. You know, I remember Extraordinaire when we were talking about doing these things. He said, hey, we're gonna be original. We're not gonna be, you know, like studio. So I started doing it myself, and I'm telling you, every time it came, like you said, if it's your purpose, like you said, you love doing the planting and all that stuff. You got a whole book inside of you. It's there already. So you don't have to. I can pull from it when you done did all the studies. It's in there. You know what I'm saying? So like my finances, I stay studying, I stay reading, so it's in there. So I can get on here and just like say when I do a show, I can do a 2-hour show just talking about it off the top of my head. You know,
you're a natural talker.
Huh?
You are a natural talker.
Well, before, no, I'll tell you that before I wasn't. No, I wasn't no talker like it took, but I'm saying it took, like saying time, but it took me time, like we talk about, to sit back and really think. And then I had a time that, because I be having so much stuff and it was overwhelming. Like I know my wife to come in, what you talking about? And I'm like, oh my God, I don't know this. And when I just said, you know what, I'm letting it come out freely, and whatever comes what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So it hit me just like that, like, you know, and it started talking it, you know what I'm saying? But it takes study. You know what I'm saying? It takes study stuff. But I don't like being by myself like that. Go ahead.
It does take study, but like one day I was preparing for my show and it wouldn't come to me ahead of time, and then like 2 hours before the show it just hit me.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about.
And I said to him, I just got this idea about this right before the show.
That's what I'm talking about.
Remember that day when I told you that extraordinaire?
Yeah, I do remember
that. That's what I'm talking about. It worked like,
and it was beautiful too.
Yeah,
and it was beautiful,
and it worked out good. It's already beautiful. Yeah, but if you have more time, like I said, that's what I'm saying. When you have more time to relax and just detox for yourself and just say, hey, I don't, because it started coming overwhelming. Me in Australia talk about that.
Right. But you know.
We say it's right now.
He froze.
Yeah. But Ms. Bertrand, I just, like I said, you see how you say 2 hours, it was like, and I bet it was a good show. You felt good about it, right?
It was a very good show. Yeah, but I could not come up with what I wanted, what angle I wanted to come from until right before the show. And then it just came like a hurricane, like a rainstorm.
It just started flowing. It just started flowing. Yeah. So it's there. You have everything, especially like with study. But when you start pulling that and start practicing that, man, I can do a show just like that now. Before I used to be just what. Now I'm like, hey, put it on, let's go. You know, but it took practice for that. Me meditating and stuff, and just because I had, like you say, we all got that stuff racing through our mind, and I chose to say, you know what, I'm gonna take a break from that and be different with that, man, and try to do it and just study more. You know what I'm saying? And study more when I'm coming with.
Well, I spend quite a bit of time in that studying. Really and truly, I do a lot of my free time. So say free time because I work full time still.
Yeah. So
the time that I do have free, I do spend a lot of it studying.
Yeah.
A whole lot.
I know you do. Yeah, exactly. You have to, you know, especially because you love it too. So you'll start going so deep before you know it, you know. That's when 3-4 hours come by and you're like, man, you know. Yeah, I don't know what the kids, I don't know what the wife, I don't know what I've been working on, you know, but I get into it. You back on there?
Yeah, man. Internet just popped out on this end, but
we kept going.
It happens sometimes. We kept
that's good. But here's what I wanted to say. I don't know why whatever up there didn't want me to say it, but I find so much silence in having an opportunity to walk outside or to sit
Yeah.
outside, and it just does something for me that I really can't explain. It does something for my thoughts, for my brains, for
Mhm.
me as a person that being in the house can't do.
Yeah.
Something about being outside give me something that I can't get inside. You ever experienced that, Miss Bertrand?
Absolutely. That's one of the things that I love about gardening. I think it was maybe the day before yesterday. It was Monday. I went out in the yard to water the garden, and I saw the squirrels just running and jumping and hopping around. I could hear the birds also clearly. Then I
Yeah,
kept
that
hearing
bird.
something else. I was like, something's rustling in that grass. I'm from Louisiana, so the first thing I thought about was snakes.
Right.
And then I looked, there's a wild peacock that comes around my house. And so it was the
Oh
peacock
wow.
kind of scratching in the grass.
Right.
And so it was just amazing how vividly I could hear all of nature, all of creation just moving about early in the morning. That's an amazing thing.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I love to do in the morning. I remember from my mom, she's like, your birds just singing. I love to hear them birds.
Yeah.
It make you
Yeah. You're
recognize
absolutely right.
that God created. He taking care of the
Beautiful,
birds and the
man.
bees, man. So he'll
Right.
take care of it. That's my revelation with that. He taking care of these birds and bees, and the world is still singing. And we and our despair, we think everything is ended. You know what I'm saying? When you're going through something, you're like, oh, but we missed to hear them birds and bees. The birds is going and the bees is flying.
There you
So
go. It's
yeah,
it's a reminder that whatever
yeah,
you're going through, you can make it through.
you can make it through it. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
And
Right.
Selena put in the comments are rabbits. Yeah, those rabbits been in my garden. I've been ooh.
Yeah.
I'm not too happy with the rabbits right now.
Right. 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 But I know a lot of time people don't really know what you're pulling from them. And I used to pull from Fletcher, he unknown to him, when he would tell me he's walking his dog and he's up there by the lake with his dog. I used to say, man,
Yeah.
man, man, boy, you living.
Mhm.
I say, that's living there, boy. You know
Right.
what it's like? I grew up with dogs, but you know what it's like to have a dog and be outside with your
Mhm.
dog? Oh, man.
Mhm.
And
That's life.
now that's the part when I, go to the lake and I let them loose and they
Yeah.
just run in the water. They just playing or watching them running and the water people on the boat. Then when they done, I call them. They come back and they just it's peace. That's
Yeah.
it's like man, like
Yeah.
this what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? This
Right.
the life most
Right.
high gave, but the life that I wanted to create is like this, and I'm very thankful. It even go back. It go
That's
back 10 years ago. Yeah, it go back 10 years ago when I was on that table to be like, it's even more for me like to say, wow, like
yeah.
yeah, I'm very
And,
thankful.
but Fletcher, but to put the icing on the cake, and Miss Bertrand, when we're outside like that, how much does it cost?
Nothing
Free.
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 So like I say, so how can you say you having a bad day when it's all those things? But if you just take that moment out, and I go back when the Most High, I asked him about why he took my sight, and he said you don't need sight, your eyes lie to you, because all this is wrong with us all the time, and we just take it for granted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, we take it for granted. You just need vision, man. So that's what I'm thankful for, that I have my little sight, that I still can see the little bit of it. It's very, very to me very
Check
important.
this. Check this out, Fletcher. Miss Bertrand. Word on the Street family. We are extremely honored to have Miss Selena join us on the platform right now. Hello, Miss Selena. She might get your mic on. She's on there, but I don't know if she
Yeah, I
got.
don't hear. She paused.
No, if she's on the screen, but her mic not on.
Yeah, she moving and everything.
Yeah, she's moving. I can
Oh,
see
she
it.
just popped out. I waved my hand and let her know that we see her.
Yeah, she can't hear. She probably can hear us, but can't hear us. Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna text in the chat room. Turn your mic on. Give me a moment. You all keep talking while I tell her that.
All right.
But yeah.
But I really enjoy, you guys were talking about walks, but that's one of the things that I really enjoy. I really enjoy in the evening. Sometimes my husband and I go on walks. We have a beautiful park not too far from the house. And today I went out to water my friend's garden for her. And I missed him. And I texted him. I was like, where are you? He was like, at the park walking. I'm like, oh, man, I was hoping I would have gotten home in time to go walking. So he's out walking right now. And it is, it's a really nice park, and it's, really nature filled, lots of trees and stuff. And I really enjoy that.
Man, see, that's what I'm saying. Think about where you could be living at. You walking in the park, no one bothering you. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's a blessing. A lot of great things around, man, we take for granted, man.
Right.
Yeah, doing it, but you do what it takes to make it, man. Just like it is. It's a blessing.
So what we're talking about, friends, we're on the street
Make it
family.
every
We're
day
talking
count.
about making each day count. Create a life worth living. Learn from each day, and celebrate the small thing, the small wins. Not everything has to be huge for you to celebrate or to feel good about. Like we just got through talking about being outside. Just sitting outside, sitting in your backyard or on your front porch, taking a walk in the park, or just taking a walk on your block. These are things that you could do to make each day count. Go ahead on.
Another thing that I do that helps me feel better about the day is to bring a little joy or kindness in somebody else's day who's having a tough time. That is something that I find really special.
Right. Yeah. And I'm gonna tell y'all both one nugget that would help your day before your day have you. Sometime when we wake up, the day is waiting on us. It looks like sometime you wake up and it's just waiting to jump on you. But you know what? You take control of your day. Don't allow your day to take control of you. Like Fletcher say, if you meditate and you talk to the Holy One, is that what you do? You do that. You have to just hold off the wolves until you do what you know helps make your day be the way you want it to be. And see, but I'm saying that because I know in life, we sometimes, before we even get out of bed, you might have had 2 or 3 phone calls, someone putting an agenda on your list, and you ain't even got with you yet.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you have to snatch that and take control of that. So what I'm saying.
And I want to say, when it does happen, man, it's okay. If you blow your stack, come back and forgive yourself. You know what I'm saying? Talk it up. You learn from that. I got to do better. You know what I'm saying? So, ask for forgiveness, man. I got to do, and recognize what you did wrong, so you can go and say, man, I can't let that take me no more. You know what I'm saying? I can't let that
be the norm.
Yeah, man. Even like me and my wife, we married now, man. Couples have our beef, and one thing about us, if we do, we're gonna get in the car, go somewhere in the park, and we're gonna discuss it. You know what I'm saying? In a way that but before we leave out, pull out that parking lot or where we at, the problem got to be resolved. We both say that to each other. We say, hey, we need to take a ride. Either one of us both hate to take that ride because somebody got something to say. But when we get out the car, get back home, it's resolved. So that's the thing. You got to make communication is a key to it too with people.
That's really huge. Mornings are huge in a marriage because let me tell you, not everybody built to have some put on their list first thing in the morning when they.
I'm telling you, I gotta have a list. My partner, a good friend of mine. So my wife she get mad at me too. Cause I was like, hey, we got this. Hey, I just got up.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Exactly right. I feel her.
Hey, Jordan, I've been up already 4 hours. I've been up 4 hours already.
Yeah, I'm a morning person, and my husband is not a morning person. So when you get married, you got to learn that balance. You got with that other person. The way they operate. He likes to ease into his day
rhythm before you start throwing something on him.
I'm gonna say it like this. The thing with me, and I know she gets blunt, but like I tell her, we got kids watching, and I tell her my son, because my boys and them there, oh, daddy, this. I said, man, a man do what he has to do when he do. You know what I'm saying? So there's no laying in the bed. It ain't this, and my grandfather used to tell us that, you know what I'm saying? I hold that point like that. So I was with him a lot, and I tell people, when you see things, you hear things, you touch them, it really do affect you in the long run. You know what I'm saying? You think it doesn't, but later on it does. So him getting up in the morning doing. I find myself doing all that, man. It is
Right,
crazy.
yeah, right. Yeah, your grandfather didn't let you lay in the bed long.
Oh no, the bed will kill you. The bed will kill you. Yeah, the bed will kill you, boy. Hey, sure enough, I tell that to my kid the same way, boy. The bed will kill you. Hey, women lay in the bed all day, boy. Get up. You can't be laying in that bed.
Not most women. We don't lay in the bed all day. We up at the crack of dawn.
Hey, some moms, a man don't lay in no bed. The man supposed to be up first. I'm just saying, seeing him, he was always up before mom did. So I'm up before my wife. I'm up, you know what I'm saying, and doing things. That's just me, I don't get other people, but that's how I work with mine. I just feel, and I want my boys to understand that, you know what I'm saying? That's just the way I feel. For me, not to say other people do what they do, but but I see my grandfather do it, just like when people say about the blind stuff we go, they like, Dad, people say you ain't blind, you don't act like a blind man. I said, well, how do a blind man supposed to act? And they're like, well, the blind man with the glass. I say, that ain't the blind man that I know. I don't know nothing about no other blind man. I had one blind man.
Right.
That blind man I know didn't do those things.
Right.
Yeah, so people put something on you, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know how, I don't know nothing about no other blind man but that man.
You know, the thing that you said about a man working and doing what he has to do, I think that is probably a Southern principle.
Yeah.
Because my husband was just telling my granddaughter, I think it was yesterday we were talking, and she said something about when he had his lawn service. She was like, Papa, I didn't know you had a lawn service. He was like, well, baby, I couldn't find a good job. He said, I substituted during the day. And so he said, before I leave school, I put on my clothes and I did yards till it got dark because I had to bring in money. I had to be a man. That's what a man does.
That's right. Hello, Miss Selena. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right.
Yeah, hey, y'all know, number one, I don't know how to work this phone, camera, and all of that. I don't know how to do all of that.
Guess what? You do, because you're here.
You're here. So it works.
Well, I mean, it took a while to get it set up and everything, but bottom line, I don't know how all this operates. I'm just pushing buttons, trying. I'm trying.
Well, since you are here, we all been waiting on you to come back so you can tell us about how do you make each day count.
Yes.
How do I what?
Make
each day count.
Oh, make the day count?
Right.
I mean, I'm just gonna backdoor off of everything y'all have already said. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot that you got to deal with. It's a lot.
That's right.
Like you said, extraordinary. Like Keith said, like Miss Bertrand said, it's a lot that we got to put up with. It's a struggle every day. Every day.
Talk.
Well, like when Keith said he wakes up, you know what I'm saying? When you open your eyes, number one, you already giving thanks to God for you waking up. And then you got to go through the struggles and your obstacles, your errands, and you gotta live day by day. It's still stuff you gotta go through to get to that point where you're gonna go back down and lay down and go to sleep and wake up again. It's like today I was off. Today I was off work. Yesterday I got up and I went to work or whatever, it did the 12 hours or whatever the case is. Struggle do that. When I'm at work, everybody's always on me like, Selena, can you help me? Selena, can you help me with this? Selena, and no, Selena is tired. I'm tired of helping y'all do y'all job. Y'all do y'all job. I'm gonna do mine. It gets to that point.
You're right.
So at the end of the day, Selena ready to go.
Yeah.
I don't have no worries. I'm ready to go. I got to go home. I got to, maybe sometimes cook, but I'm working a 12-hour shift. I'm not doing that. They got frozen dinners in there. You better cook you something up. Put that in the microwave.
So Selena, how do you refuel? How do you put gas in your tank? Because I hear you. I feel what you said.
I have to, like me personally, when I'm at work, sometimes, a lot of times, actually, I have to sneak away from
Hmm.
them. You know, if I got to go in somebody's room, in the patient's room or whatever the case is, just to sit there and conversate with this patient or whatever to get them or, whatever at ease, or get off the floor, get out the building, I do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I won't tell some people of color, where I'm going or what I'm doing. I just sneak off. They
Right.
don't need to know my business.
Because it's important that you give back to yourself when you need to give back to
I,
yourself.
I do. I need a refresh. I need to refresh. I need to get back into my mode. And, sometimes I feel like 9 times out of 10, I do be faking the funk. But at the same time, when it comes to my people, my color, I do feel like I give them a little bit more attention. I don't have to fake with them. But with the other people, I will fake the funk with them and I would still be like that, give them that kindness and, the sweetheartness and all of that.
Mhm.
And they bond to me. So me personally, I have no problem, no issue with no patients that I have come in contact with.
So
You know what I'm saying? I still would go the extra mile for any and all of them.
so when you get home, how do you release all that? How do you release all that stress? Like,
Man,
yeah, yeah.
I number one, it's so nice to get in the car and just turn the radio on the drive home. It's like so peaceful. I can actually sit down because when I'm at work, ain't no sitting down unless I'm charting. And then if I'm charting, that's only a few minutes. I can only chart for a few minutes before somebody's asking me to go help them with such and such.
Mhm.
Because us as, CNAs and stuff, we got to chart like throughout the day, just like the nurses. But most of the time, the nurses just be sitting on a sitting down and just acting like they charting and be on their phones.
So, but once you
Trying
get
to
back in the car and you relax, you get home. What you do? You go cook, or you
no,
leave the
not all
food?
the time. Like
Or
I
you
say,
leave,
if I
or
work
you
a
leave
12
work at
hour
home?
shift,
Yeah.
if I work a 12-hour shift, no, I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna go home and cook unless I'm off the next day.
Yeah,
Nine
but how
times
do
when
you? What do you do to relax yourself? That's what we're saying. What do you do?
oh, okay, what I do, I get on the phone. I talk to a couple of friends or Facebook reels. Listen to music. Call you, Keith. Call my other ex-husband. Call my kids. That's it.
Yeah.
That's my relaxation. I don't do nothing more than that. I stay home. When I get home, I stay home. I don't go nowhere. I don't do nothing. It's it. I'm
Talking
grounded to I'm grounded to my house.
Mm-hmm.
talking can be very therapeutic,
Yeah, I was about
extremely
to say.
Yeah.
therapeutic.
Yeah.
But some people are put here for others, and you just might be one of those people that is your calling in life, to be able to be there for other people, to be able
Yeah.
to listen and give them feedback on whatever it is that they're wanting to discuss with you. But I think my thing would be making sure that you get some time for Selena before you go in, and then having a routine for relaxation after you come back, so that you can stay in balance, so that you can continue to feed others and to give to others. My husband tells me all the time, he calls me Madam President, because he was like, you constantly on that phone, Madam President. Can I get a minute of your time, Madam President? Because my phone is constantly ringing with co-workers, friends,
Yeah.
family members. They're all needing something. And I think that he kind of got spoiled because he always had me away from everybody else, because we've always kind of lived away or whatever. And
Yeah.
sometimes I'm so frustrated because I am so inundated with so many things from different times. So I'm finding that I'm really having to quarter things off to give him his time, because he's like, Madam President, you stay busy. So you might be like
Yeah.
me. Maybe you're Madam President.
Yeah, and then sometimes I do that. Certain people will call me or whatever, and I'm just like, I'm not answering that call. They FaceTime me, and I'm like, I'm not answering that call. I'm not doing it.
That's
It be like too much, and then the next day it be like text after text after text. Like I'm like, I, I'm to the point where like some situations, some people don't care. Man, figure that out yourself.
right.
Stop coming to me. You know what I'm saying? So I try to be there, but at the same time, I just be like, I'm so tired of it. To be honest, I really be tired of it. I'm just
That
like,
was
nah, I'm good.
you gotta find that peace for yourself. You gotta make that time for yourself. You do gotta get
Yeah,
that and get in there.
And
I'm like Miss Bertram. I'm always on the phone, and for Miss, I get on the
you
phone.
are. Yeah, you are.
Yeah, my wife, she'll be like, my kids be like, Daddy, you always on the phone talking. I said, I'm at work. I'm working, so I tell them it's work. So, but I do still do make time. I take me a bubble bath. I put me some bubbles and Epsom salt. What I'm saying, soap. But that's why I get up early in the morning, like Mr. Bertrand say. I get up early for that time for myself too. But I say I get up real early so I can have that peace and that quiet time to myself.
See, my thing is like my close knit friends, my close knit family. I don't at all mind talking to them. Like I talk to Keith, I talk to my other ex husband. You know what I'm saying? Because we're family oriented, we're family netted. You know what I'm saying? I talk to them. I talk to Sharon. I talk to Angie. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind at all any time of the day to talk to them. Some of the other people, though, I'm like, mm-mm.
You
and
I
know,
don't have time for it. I don't have
Monday
time
last
for it.
week,
but you
I
know
was
what
at
it
work.
is though, it's something that we spoken about on Word on the Street before. Some workforce is just what Selena is describing. You have all these different personalities, and
Mm-hmm.
it's toxic in some work. Let's just be real. Some work environment are toxic because you have these. If you're not if you're not a whole person and you're going on a job with 12 to 15 to 20 other people, they're not whole either. We got a job filled with people, half people with different backgrounds
Yeah.
merged together, and yeah, seldom would good things come from that. But knowing that we still have to find a solution for our health, say for our mental capacity,
Mhm.
because knowing, like Fletcher said a long time ago, what gets you through it, the same thing was gonna get you through it and get you through it, Selena, is why. Why am I tolerating this? Why do I tolerate going to this job every day? Why? That why will drive you, because as you say, when you get in your car, you find a moment of silence. You when you
I
get to
do.
home, when you get to your home, you get a moment of letting go your breath, being able to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So your why is what keep you putting up with these 15 other personalities that ain't never gonna fit in your psyche because you've been with them for years and they was that way yesterday, and you know they're gonna be that way tomorrow. But you look,
Mm-hmm.
but your why drives you. You know, oh, when X, Y, when this time come, I'm gonna get in my car and I'm gonna find my peace. And when I
Mm-hmm.
get to my house, I'm really gonna clothe myself in my environment, away from that, away from the foolishness, away from the noise.
But for me, it's not about the patients. It's about the people that I work
The
with.
But
colleagues.
that's that job. That's what.
Yeah, that it's the people that I work with. The patients I can deal with. I
Yeah.
can kill them with kindness. It's the people that take like, me being the person who I am, when they ask for help or such and such and this and that and the other, and I'll be like, no, I'm not doing that. they get defensive about stuff like that. Even though at the time I'm joking, but at sometimes I be telling them like, "Yo, I'm like the only one here. It's only one of me. I can't do everything at every time. I'm not that person."
You know
But
what?
they don't understand that.
Over half of Americans that go to work are going to jobs they hate. Over half of Americans, 60% going to jobs they hate, working with people they hate. They do it.
I don't like working with the people,
I,
that I work with, but I love the job that I do. I love
right.
the job that I
You love
do.
helping people. You like helping people.
Yeah.
Right, right. So I understand what you're saying, and see your
Mhm.
conversation, believe it or not, is a huge impact because a lot of people are feeling like you about their job,
Yeah,
and
everyday people, yeah, regular people, yeah, yeah.
that's right. That's how they feeling.
Mhm.
I know I done felt that way. To tell the truth. But that why, Fletcher, that why
Why make a difference, man?
make a difference?
Yeah, when I used to work at my job in construction, and my job was customer relation. It's called customer relation manager, CRM. But the guy used to be always there to put out fires. We never. We always say we never win it. We don't never get an attaboy. You know what I'm saying? It was always people called us when they mad. You know what I'm saying? And so it was always you going to put out. You never catch up. You know what I'm saying? You got 100 so tickets. But when I became that why, I said, you know what, I'm gonna do 10 years here, and I'm gonna start my own company. I'm gonna do. That was my why. All that stuff started
Yeah.
blocking out. So okay, I need to learn how to deal with this. What if this is my own company? How would I act? So my why became different. So now these things I just start seeing things different. My vision came different. So
Right.
even like I said, we had surveys. My surveys started going up because I had that why. So once you have that why and have a vision, man, it make a big difference in going to
It'll
work.
drive you somewhere else.
Yeah.
It'll drive you somewhere. This been Miss Bertrand. You have any last word before we? This been a really great. Selena, you added some fire. I love it.
Yeah, she did. She spiced
Yeah,
it up a little bit
yeah.
today.
Yeah.
But my thing is, in my last words, is just saying, always carve out a corner for yourself and realize what it is that you need to do at the beginning of the day and at the end of the day, so that you start on a good note and that you end on a good note. That
Right.
meditation that we're talking about, all of those things are invaluable.
Friends, Fletcher, you got any last words, Fletcher, before we dial out of here?
I would just tell people, man, you like Ms. Bertrand saying it too, but you got to have a vision, like you said, for yourself, something that you want to see yourself, you know what I'm saying, doing. You know what I'm saying? What if I want to get promoted, if I want to become a manager, if I want to start my own business, if I want to do a podcast, if I want something more, you got to be aiming and thriving for, you know what I'm saying? So, because you'll get burned out quick doing the repetitive things. So you got to always be trying to improve and never think it's too late for you, man. Don't never think you're too old. Don't never think I can't do this. Always be thriving for more, man.
And Miss Selena, since you done lit that fire, won't you give us the last word?
No, like I said, I'm just gonna back door off of what y'all said. It is what it is. I mean, we still got to get up every day and do what we got to do in order to survive. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, just get your stress relief when you get home, because it ain't gonna happen in the workplace.
And ladies and gentlemen, those are the last words on Word on the Streets. We will see you on Monday evening at 7 p.m. But tomorrow evening, you do want to tune in to Herbal Expedition with yours truly, Miss Bertrand. Make sure y'all tune in at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. This is Word on the Streets.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.